9, 8.
You're watching
7,
Experience Comic Culture and Sales.
5,
Streaming live daily to
4,
Facebook, YouTube,
3,
Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
What's going on, EXPers? It's your boy, Chuck Pineau, and of course, the lovely lady, Wendy Gale, in the house. What's up, lady?
Hey, everybody.
Guys, it's so awesome to see you guys in this freaking cold start to year. Oh, my mom. Okay, so we're in Texas, just so you guys are aware. For those of you who don't know. Pardon?
Central Texas.
Central Texas, yeah. And usually, actually, like, we don't really, I used to tell people we don't really get winter. It'll get cold, but
The last 3 years of
the last 3 years, we've always snapped below freezing, which was never normal. Joey Galvez, what's up? Sean Dowell, how's it doing? And yeah, dude, just stupid cold, stupid. And my mom messaged me. My mom and I talked recently, gave her a call, and she says, so what's the weather like down there? And I was like, 17 degrees. And she's like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, it's below freezing. Like, and she was just so surprised because my family's in Canada. And so they were expecting this beautiful weather and for me to be laughing at them. And I'm like, nah, it's not funny. Like, I had to wear pants. I'm not happy. And you guys know, when Chucky has to wear pants, he is not a happy camper. But I'm a happy camper now because we're about to hang out with some awesome people. I get to hang out, of course, with my lovely lady Wendy. We created some really good trivia for today's show. I love researching with you. I don't know what it is, and I love like hanging out with new people every week because they have something where it's like, oh yeah, we haven't thought to research this.
Yeah.
So we get to research new things. Of course, we did have a while, like I think it was October, where it was so much horror stuff where you're like, I don't know what to research anymore. We've looked into all of it. But man, well, luckily the news always brings new stuff to look into. So, man, we've got amazing guests, terrific prizes, and a really fun day. So you know what? Let's just stop messing around and let's start the show.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
What is going on, guys?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. We've got with us today, JL. It's JL, right? That's how you
JL.
say your name?
Mm-hmm.
JL and Lindsay. And, dude, you know what's funny is I met you guys because I worked with the lovely LK and Gino, and she had done a bunch of anthologies with you guys. And you guys have brought out some really interesting. Can you guys real quick just tell us about some of the anthologies you guys have brought out, because there's some really cool stuff that you guys have brought.
So, and thank you. I'll say we started off doing a quarterly anthology, which was kind of just like our magazine, and it would have 8-page comics in it that fit our general company like vibe, mission statement, that kind of thing.
Oneshi Press is a vibe.
Oneshi Press is a vibe. So like, the theme was more just like, is it Oneshi Press-ish, Is it Oneshi?
Say that 5 times fast.
No, I'm not gonna. I immediately dialed it down. Is it Oneshi? And then, for a year, quarterly anthologies was kind of nuts.
Ridiculous.
So we realized we could do one a year and make it 4 times as big and have a way easier time than doing 4 smaller ones a year. So we decided to do that.
Yeah, and it was at that point that we decided to make them more themed. So so far we started out with the theme of healing, then we went on to justice, then the theme of becoming. Wait, what was the one? Oh wait, no, I missed one. Origins, then becoming, then destinations. And the one that we just finished up on Kickstarter a few months ago was cohorts. And we are about to announce our theme for a call for submissions for the next one in the next week.
Do you want to know what it is? We can
Of course I do.
If they're cool enough to be here watching this show right now,
Yes,
they're cool enough to have earned the spoiler.
All right.
Oh, I
our
love
next-
this. Oh,
Out loud.
Yeah. Our next anthology theme is going to be side quests. Because
dude.
what that's like.
Dude, as a fantasy guy, side quests got me right away. Like now I'm like, I've edited for you, a bunch of stuff for you guys, but now I'm like, ooh, I might just write one. Side quest? Yes.
Do it.
I mean, how many people have gotten to the first boss and just annihilated them because they've only done side quests?
Interestingly, so our other anthology series is Mr. Guy, which, unlike our regular anthologies, Mr. Guy, I wrote the entire thing, but every 8-page chapter is a different arc, and I have a different illustrator for each 8 pages. And
sweet.
And each page has kind of like a theme or a vibe, like, one or each 8-page chapter, I should say. One chapter might be like lampooning Resident Evil. Another chapter might be lampooning like Day of the Dead. Another chapter is lampooning like Dante's Inferno, things like that. So, I've picked each artist for each chapter specifically, and I've even tailored the chapters to be bespoke to those artists so that things that I know about that artist's skill set, their highlights, the things that they really do well or really love, or humor that they really enjoy, I've managed to like work in a little bit more of into that chapter. But essentially, the entire book is just Mr. Guy trying to stop the apocalypse to save himself, and every chapter turns out to be a side quest.
Yeah, okay. I thought that's where you were going.
So it's a
with
different
that.
side quest for like each chapter, and we have like, I don't know, 14 chapters. Like it's pretty side quest.
Did you notice what he did there, Lindsay? He basically took the conversation on a side quest to take us back to the main, and we ended up back there. I was like, oh, that's why he was talking about this. All right. Very cool. I like what you did there.
Specialty of his.
It was a conversational side quest, which I think was very interesting. Well done.
So
So-
I really
Oh
do
no,
work
go ahead.
case in the point,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. So, Oneshi Press. I know we've talked about this before, but where does that name come from? What does that sort of embody for you guys?
Well, it's a word that we made up.
We like making up words.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
came about for the sci-fi fantasy series that we work on together. That JL is sort of one of the co-creators of, and I'm helping to write it.
And edit it, which is a lot of work when you have like
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
made up grammar.
So
like
we
ugh.
haven't gotten as far as like making up a full language or anything, but we do have a lot of the sort of the building blocks of language that he's put together.
Mostly made up honorifics and
Yeah.
nomenclature kind of rules, things like that.
Like how to name things. But we have this concept of sort of a sum that is, a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. And that applies to one particular individual in this fantasy world, but we really sort of liked what it stood for. And we decided to name it the Oneshi. And then after all of that had already happened, we decided to start a publishing company. And we thought Oneshi and that concept of, the pieces making something bigger than, the single could do, was a really great name for a publishing company. So here we are.
It's funny because it sounds like you guys are actually following the rules of what so when I was studying comedy, and especially like French mask comedy and whatnot, they do a lot of gibberish, which you will actually find like the minions do gibberish.
Yeah.
And so the fundamentals of gibberish is that it should sound like a very specific language, and there will definitely be some words that obviously have meaning that maybe we don't understand, but we at least we get.
Okay.
But then there will be some English words thrown in there, or at least portions of English words, so you're able to get it.
Huh.
And so you understand that this is most certainly foreign, but I still understand what they're saying. And so the minions do that, and it sounds like that's kind of what you guys are doing too, without knowing that you were doing it.
Well, I mean, we do have our characters mostly speak like common tongue for just ease.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, while speaking, they might have like a name for this race or that place or this invention, but most of the words are still just, you know, could be English or translated into whatever language you speak, hopefully one day.
Particularly so far, it's been applied to the names of plants and animals. We're working with this amazing artist, Shadowwind, who's helping us develop how all of these plants and animals in this world look. And so we've been doing a lot of, like he said, nomenclature, like figuring out, okay, so a small plant that grows berries and has flowers would be called whatever because of these building blocks of language that mean different things that have already been established.
Yeah. Well, so I read through the Pack issue 1, which the Pack is really the book, the reason why we're here today. And the Pack 1 is basically, from what I can tell, silent.
So it's, well, there's most of the scenes in the first issue don't have dialogue, but they have narration, right?
Yes,
so, like,
that's true.
And the narration is one of the main characters, Patience, telling the best he can figure about these events as he thinks they happened, or some of them as he remembers them. But, you know, when it's a scene that, like, this is through the dog's perspectives and, you know, no people who were there survived to tell about it, then it's only going to be narration, because that's Patience making a supposition of what happened, as opposed to, like, the dogs can't walk up to him and tell him, you know, like, he can't speak dog.
So they're all rescued dogs.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what they went through before he found them. All he can do is put together his best guess.
Yeah. Cool. And, you know, there's a lot of detective work to that, but it's also, there's sometimes, you know, he is admittedly an unreliable narrator, and we do have a lot of narration where he's like, well, as far as I could tell, I guess it happened like this, or, you know, this must be something along the lines of how it went down. Except for, of course, there are scenes that are present day where he is there talking.
Yeah.
And
it's cut and dry. Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of flashbacks, though, and a lot of the flashbacks are just narration.
I do like that idea of an unreliable narrator, one that's not so omniscient, because it really does allow for you guys as storytellers to be able to pull one over on us. You know, like, he supposed one thing and something very different comes up, and we just start to go, oh, okay, well, he said this, so we're going to believe that. And then it turns out that that's not so true. So I do love that, because it's a great way for you guys, again, to you know, surprise us and pull a twist. And yet it makes sense, because you've admitted from the start he's not reliable. He's not 100% certain what went down.
And also, you know, a counterpoint to that is it allows us to do something that I think I enjoy even more, where, as opposed to pulling one over on you, we get to be like, well, we don't know what happened, but here are the hints, here are the clues, and then you get to figure it out. And then by the time we reveal what really happened, you're like, I knew it, you know, like, and it gives you that gratification, because we didn't tell you what happened, but there's enough hints that maybe you could figure it out, you know?
I like that.
It really, like, it lets us play too with the idea that, you know, like, with animals, and because this is mostly about dogs, you really can't know. You can't know everything that goes on with them or has gone on with them. And we have a rescued cat who just showed up one day.
I was just going to go there.
When he was already 8 years old and moved into our house. And we don't know where he lived or what went on before he met us, but he has surely seen some stuff.
And we know he was 8 when he showed up. He had a chip, but the only information we could get off the chip was his age, and that was it.
Yeah. And so over the past, however long it's been, like 7 years that we've had him, I spent a lot of time just kind of staring at him like.
And he's got a lot of weird proclivities. Like, he's the only cat that I know that like will fight you for like beans. If you have a cucumber, he will take it
Loves
from you.
cucumber.
He will mug you
Really?
for cucumber. He will
Squash.
cut you for squash. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I think he was raised by like
Hippies.
Vegans.
vegan hippies on like a hippie bus or something.
I love that. I love that.
If I even touch his carrier, he's like in it. Like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. He's got his little like briefcase and his hat on. Like, he's like ready to go for an adventure.
Umbrella.
Like, every other cat, you get that, you touch that carrier and they're like ready to fight you and like hiding under the bed.
Under the bed, yep.
Yeah.
Chow, you just touch that freaking carrier and he's in it. Like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
So
Shundala says Chai loves pizza.
Yeah.
he
Is
loves
it vegetarian pizza or just any old pizza?
So
any pizza.
yeah,
Yeah.
they've seen me a few times while I've been streaming on Twitch, and like, every now and then I'll take like a stream break, and Chow has in the past like just jumped me and taken my pizza like right
On
out of
camera.
my mouth on camera.
Yeah. So like basically, we have this cat who lived this entire life before we even met him. And we've spent so much time trying to piece together where all of this behavior might have come from, but we'll never know. And I think that that's really actually informed the writing of Pack. Like, okay, how can we try to show what happened without going past what we can actually piece together as humans looking at the experience of animals? And we thought, like, it's really important to Pack that although it's not happening in an exact replica of our world, that these dogs can't talk. They're not anthropomorphized. They're just dogs. And so, you've got to do a little bit of that detective work to figure out what's going on with each of them.
I love that people, think like the Pack and stray dogs, and there's all sorts of other ones where people are taking animals and they're going, look, I'm not going to necessarily I'm not going to completely anthropomorphize them and make them human and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to try to explain them to the best of my ability and keep them as animal as I can, as much themselves as I can. And I really like that idea because every, like we can Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and whatever else, like there's so many different things where it's like, you're basically a human, but you're an animal. And I love that you guys have been like, no, they're animals, but we're explaining as much as we possibly can.
And I mean, we do have stories with anthropomorphized animals, but I feel like, the idea that an animal who is just an animal can be a main character challenges our sense of anthrocentricity, right? Like the idea that humans have a soul because God gave it to us and other animals are just dumb, Other animals are just meat puppets. It's like, that is so deeply embedded in our culture that even people who don't think that way still have internalized it in a lot of ways that they're not aware of, but like Chow and Fern, the other cat, they communicate with me all the time.
But by the way, Steve, I'm not going to present Chow because he's old and he's taking a nap and I don't want to bother him. I probably could.
Good call.
You could bother Fern. But, they might wake up in a few minutes and bother us anyway. If they do wake up, you'll be the first to know because he'll be right in our faces, butts to the camera, But, this idea that, like, you can't know what they're thinking, like, they're pretty communicative. And just a couple of weeks ago, we were babysitting our upstairs neighbor's dog, and, like, I didn't raise this dog. He's not my dog, but I still knew, like what he was wanting and what he was asking for, what he was saying, what he liked, what he didn't like. Like they're very communicative. So to try to illustrate that into a comic where this dog is reacting in this way or showing this thing or, being defensive or looking like it's needing help or looking confused, like, those are just expressions that when you see it, you recognize it. It's just weird that we don't think to like, I feel like every animal movie, the animal is like voiced by like someone, you know, aping Michael J. Fox or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's always like, whoa, I'm a dog. This is great.
Wait,
you know,
I
and
feel
it's
like Michael J. Fox did do the voice of an animal.
Yeah,
movie.
He did, Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound, right,
Yes,
right.
I love
So,
that movie.
and
That was a great movie. Yeah, it was a great movie.
I love that, but I feel
All
like
right, he was the pit bull. Yes.
Yeah.
and there's a
I
lot of
remember.
movies like that where you have that like people doing that for the dogs, and I get it. Like, I think that's cute
Yeah.
and it's really fun.
Well,
But I also think it's really important to also be able to show that like we can have narrative without that. you know?
right, and another thing that is important to pack, because the comment here, so this is more of a Lassie or Benji type story, is yes, the animals can't talk, and one of the most important things about the dogs being dogs is that part of what the pack does is deliver brutal justice. Like, they are not, they can be cute and cuddly, but they're dogs, and when they see someone that they think deserves to be taken down, they'll kill them. It's bloody and it's terrifying, and you do not want to be on these dogs' bad side. So it was important, excuse me, it was important to us to keep that edge of danger in the characters while making them also still like Patience, the guy who hangs out with them. They're his best friends. And he pets them and they all play together and it's great, but they're very dangerous.
We actually have a question from.
It's too bad.
Not a question.
More
I just
like
wanted
Bat
to say, I'm
Cujo's.
so glad that somebody else knows who Benji is.
Right. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, Benji and Lassie are a little dated now, but yeah,
Yeah, but
Right.
people still know who Lassie is, but Benji's a different story.
that's true. That's true. But that brings us right to what I was going to ask anyways. What is the pitch, the elevator pitch for the pack?
Oh, you've been working on a new one.
I would
right?
just say, if you love dogs and justice, join the pack.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's the log line. That's
That's
like
a-
a
That's a really good log line, actually. That's a really good log line.
Then there's like 6 stray dogs and 1 stray man roam the back alleys, putting crime under the fang.
Yeah.
That's another one.
But
See,
crime
that
doesn't
sounds like something you would have on the back of it, on the
Well,
back of
yeah.
the book.
The important caveat there is that crime doesn't stop at street level. So while the dogs are, figuring out who they think are bad guys and delivering justice to them, there's a lot more going on than what just happens at street level. So the
Yeah,
comic gets
they-
a lot more into the politicization of gentrification. Woo, say that 5 times fast.
The politicization of gentrification. So, like, they're not interested in crime as in human law. Like, they don't care, like, if you frickin', bought a lottery ticket for your
Steal.
kid and
Yeah.
turned it in for them, or if you, like,
Yeah,
if you're,
they
like,
saw you,
on mushrooms having a good time, they'll be like, cool, like,
if
that
they
looks
saw you
awesome.
stealing food, no, they didn't.
Yeah, they're not right. But if they see you like abusing someone or like trying to like mug someone, something like where an innocent person is being attacked, that's where they just lose it.
I love that because, again, that focuses on the dogs. It's what kind of crime matters to a dog. He's not going to care that somebody skimmed money on Wall Street or anything like that. But but if you're hurting someone in an alley or something like that, the pack is there.
Yeah, they're going to take you
I like
out.
that.
And, one of the reasons that this is happening enough that the pack thinks they need to take this into their own paws is that the neighborhood is changing really fast and people are being pushed out of their homes. New people are moving in. So there's a lot of unrest in the area that they live in, and there's a lot of crime that comes along with it. And so what we do is, we show that street level stuff, but we also really dig into like what is causing this to happen, who's really at fault here. And the dogs don't really know what's going on, but they know how to do their job when they're pointed in that direction.
There's also, crimes not just of desperation, but crimes of entitlement. People thinking above the law, people thinking they've come into this neighborhood and it's an older neighborhood and maybe went through a depression, and now they're the new element moving in with money. They should be able to defend themselves however they want from anyone. And maybe sometimes they're the bad guys. Maybe sometimes they're the bullies. Maybe sometimes they're the problem. It's not just, people who are desperate being a problem. And it's really important to us that we point that out,
The only thing that's black and white is their vision.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God.
Feel free to use it, guys. It's all yours.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
But yeah.
It's all just shades of gray. We can go with that.
Thank you. So, okay. Well, and because we have to head out soon, why is it two cat parents decided to make dog book?
Well, the cats came along well after that. We've been working on PAC since 2012 or something.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
The cats we've only had for
Chell for 7 years and Fern for less than a year.
Yeah.
But we both grew up with dogs and have been around dogs our whole lives. Basically, right now we have a small apartment and it's not really right for a dog, so we don't have one. But we do dog sit for our neighbors all the time. So we get our dogs in wherever we can.
That's awesome. Okay, and I feel that. I totally feel that. So
that's a pertinent question. What would happen if they encountered a police dog?
Right?
It actually does happen.
Yes.
And
cool.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Happens in
What issue is that in?
The one that's on Kickstarter now. Well, it's in
Dude.
one right now.
Yeah. One of the dogs may or may not have some experience with police dogging. Possibly.
Guys, I mean, there you go. They're answering your question and working right into, you guys have to go check this out. I'm telling you, as someone who's worked with Oneshi before, you guys put out absolutely great titles, and I love the way you guys think about everything and just how into it you guys really get. So I know that your titles, and even from what I've already read from PAC 1, you guys are just...
Did you just
Yeah, heck yeah. We are geek supremes.
Yeah, and I love that.
Nerd
and I love that.
Supremes.
I mean, you're in the right neighborhood for that. So,
Don't worry.
right? So, yeah, man, you guys have got to check this stuff out. I think all of you are absolutely going to love it. And I can tell you, as someone who read the first one, very excited to see where everything goes from there. And in fact, you guys have today, for our first place winner, a copy of the PAC 1, correct?
Right. Ta-da! Featuring
Dude.
Humility, the smallest and yet the fiercest of the pack.
Well, definitely.
You guys have got to check that out. So please, everybody, go follow the Kickstarter now. Make sure to check it out. It's definitely going to be one to look for. And, of course, very soon, one of you guys is going to be having your very own cover. And for those of you guys who have shown up, who we've never seen before, right after this, we're going to have some awesome trivia. That's going to be one of the prizes. So you got to check it out. Is it possible for them to get it signed by you guys?
Heck yeah.
Dude, see, a signed copy? That you're not going to get that anywhere. You're going to have to go to a con or something. So, dude, you guys got to stick around. The EXP, we're running up to our 2,500th subscription. And we're going to do something very special. So if you guys can please subscribe, like, share it out, show it off, then we're going to have even more awesome giveaways for you guys very soon. And you'll be able to totally check it all out. It's going to be amazing. So, yeah, only more awesome stuff is coming. Guys, thank you so much for coming out today.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to this trivia session.
I love chatting with you guys, seriously.
Oh, it is a
that's
privilege
awesome.
to
I
chat
love
with
it.
you.
That's
Thanks.
great. Such great energy. Thank you.
No, happy to do it. All right, guys, we're going to be back right after these messages, and we're going to do some trivia, and we're going to find out who is going to be the winner of the PAC Issue 1. We'll see you guys right after this.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find a link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one will make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out! Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Wendy, how's it going today?
Okay, a little chilly.
Oh, dude, this weather.
Okay.
I am not a fan. I got rid of my pants when I came down here. I hate pants. In fact, we went to a store where we don't even go that often. We go often enough where some of the people know us when we show up. And I walked in the other day and the woman says, "Oh my gosh, it's cold. He's got pants on." I was like, "Oh, they know me." So we've got the pack issue 1 as our prize today, which I checked out and I totally loved. I really did enjoy it. I really like the way they're doing things. So guys, we got to play for that. Wendy, do we happen to have any questions today to ask these guys, or are we just gonna have to do a random draw?
A random draw that takes 20 minutes.
Right. We got like 25. So for those of you guys who've never played before, we're going to ask a question. We ask that you guys do not use Google, because Google doesn't show that you know anything. We will give you hints if it's a hard question, not a problem. We'll make that happen. Guess as much as you guys want. 3 points for the first person to get the right question, 2 points for the second, and then we give out a point for everybody else. If you come up with a really funny answer, we'll give you an extra point because we love a good joke. Wait, what's this? Chuck, give Rayla a point. Is she already joking around? She said, "Fun fact, this weather canceled school today, haha, but I spent 2 hours on the bus for nothing." I'll make sure she gets some points, don't you worry. So yeah, 3 points for first person to answer correctly, 2 points for second. We'll give you guys clues if it's a tough one. And person who's got the most after the 10 questions wins. Wendy, you ready to make this happen?
I'm always ready.
All right, guys. And like I said, you guys can answer anything. So yeah, do we have Stevie B or Stevie B Jr. today? Because Stevie B Jr. won last week. Oh yeah. Junior's in. All right. Okay, Wendy, what is question number 1?
Number 1. How old was actress Joyce Randolph who played Trixie Norton on The Honeymooners when she died on Saturday.
It was funny because I was like, we're asking a honeymooners question? But then, of course, Wendy was like, well, and we both realized, well, we do have an older audience. So I'm sure, they're going to know the honeymooners. But if all else, oh my gosh. And people are already giving us answers and correct ones at that, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you guys see the correct answer up there, throw up an answer anyways, because at least you'll get something. Pow, right to the moon. Say, okay, he knows what's going on. Yeah, see, just guess a number. Yuki, you did totally right. And actually, I think I guessed around 85 as well. So yeah, you at least get the point for answering. But yeah, 99. She was 99 when she passed away.
And all the birds. I saw.
You saw Kenneth's name?
I saw Kenneth's bird's name, and I said bird. All the points add up. So
yeah,
just because you only got 1 point for this question doesn't mean you're not going to get a 2 or 3. And
exactly.
Yeah.
So Skippy gets the 3 points. Rayla gets the 2. All the birds suddenly appear every time you are near, Wendy. It's beautiful, man. Even though it's a poem about my wife. The only actor I follow is Neil Newman. I don't know who that is. You might need to tell me who that is. Wendy, do we have a question number 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2. What Wiccan book are most of the over 1,000 types of demon dogs mentioned in?
And I got this wrong, and I felt like an idiot because I should know what it is. But actually ripped off the music, man. Yeah. I mean, all the best music is ripped off. So yeah, what Wiccan book do the thousands of...
Most of the thousands.
Most of the thousands.
Types of demon dogs.
Types of demon dogs come from. Okay. Book of the Damned? No, not Book of the Damned, right? But it is Book of something. Book of the Dead, not Book of the Dead. We're getting there, folks. It doesn't start with a D. Not the Necronomicon. Book of S. Book of Boba Fett. You know what, man? You would get an extra point there. Demon Dogs and Devil May Cry were pretty cool. That's true. That is true. So the Book of S. Book of Secrets? No. Book of Mormon? All right. If Raylan doesn't get the 2 or 3 points, Book of Mormon does get it. does get a joke point, because that's funny. That's just funny crap.
Not secrets.
There we go. We got one. Not Book of Spells. We do have a correct answer, though. Yeah, there we are. Shunny Dowell gets the 3 points for Book of Shadows. Skippy gets 2 points for Book of Shadows, and Rayla gets 2 points for Book of Mormon, because that was hilarious. See, we entertain you, you entertain us. It all comes back around, and we reward you for it. Everyone wins in this, so it's perfect. You guys are awesome. Speaking of winning, likes and comments help a lot. Wendy?
Yes.
Number 3? I almost said issue 3. Issue 3? Okay. All right.
Number 3. Which HBO show won the most Emmys on Sunday?
So you did look it up? It is an HBO show?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Neil Newman is the actor for Asterion. Oh, man. Baldur's Gate 3, I want to play so bad, dude. Oh, I'm jealous. Not White Lotus. We are working on that. Thank you, Ken. We just took care of a couple of them. We are getting tiers. Not Game of Thrones.
We do have correct answers.
We do have correct answers, though. So everybody else, make sure you answer just to get points. But Skippy got Succession, so they get 3 points, and Rayla gets 2 points for Succession as well. I'm mad that Barry isn't the answer. Skippy, I agree. I didn't get to finish it, but from what I've seen of it, I loved it, and I heard it had a very good ending. I'm actually excited because we just got Cinemax. Is that what we got? So I'm finally going to be able to watch Barry all the way through, which I am definitely going to do and very excited for. So yeah, I feel you there, man. Did Barry even win anything or even get nominated? Because, dude. Question 4. Yeah. Sorry, I got excited about Barry.
All right, number 4. Hellhounds were supposedly created by ancient demons to serve as heralds of what?
You doing okay, kiddo? Yeah, you can. Can you also bring me a bottle of water? You're a keeper. Okay, well, at least they got nominated. That's important. Yeah, Barry is on Cinemax now. Do we have any Death, Armageddon? We do have correct answers now, yes, right, Wendy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it is Death, correct?
Yes.
The Harbinger of Death. So Rayla gets the 3 points for Death, and Skippy gets the 2 points for Death. And Stevie V, what's up, Vendetta? I don't have a way to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I have been watching all the videos. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of reels and TikToks about it too, and I'm very excited. So yeah, I feel you there. Yuki, make sure to answer at least to get your points. All right. Do we have a question number 5?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Question number 5.
Number 5. Tidal Wave Comics just released the variant covers for their newest book based on what pop star?
I agree, JD. Comedy. And honestly, I'm a cook. I watched The Bear, and I couldn't get through the second season. I just felt like, bleh, not loving it. The first season, I was like, cool. And then when the way it ended, I was like, that's a little weird. And then getting into it, it's just like, hey, we made a restaurant. Well, good for you. Yeah, okay. So we've already got answers correct. Tina Fey would be great, by the way. Tina, I would love to see a Fey comic. I know more about Fey stuff than demons. Wendy and I love Fey. I feel you there. Yes, guys, it is Taylor Swift. And can I tell you, I know a lot of those artists, and man, those covers are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Sora Sung did amazing one where it's oh no, that was Shikari, where she's wearing a like a Deadpool uniform underneath her outfit. Dude, they look so, dude. Have you seen the covers, Wendy?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You just told me the artist, and I was just like, oh.
Oh yeah, Sora Sung, Shikari, Ryan Kincaid. I can't remember. I think Marat Michaels did one.
Tyndall?
Oh yeah, Jamie Tyndall did one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, just all-star.
We need to go to break.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy. You're correct. I often forget about break, but I'm so glad that I have the dual producers because it helps me so much. Yeah, do look it up. It's Tidal Wave Press, right, Wendy?
Yes.
And yeah, they're gorgeous. Let us know what you guys think. We're going to go to some commercials, and then we'll be back with some more trivia and, of course, that prize. See you in just a minute.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here. He sells the comics. And you got Rockin' Robbie. He knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula, you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectibles with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
What's up, guys? We're sending our love out to Kenneth. We hope you're that you're doing better. I don't know anything about what's going on, but we really hope that things go well for you. Because Kenneth, you are a beam of positivity. Even when before you started playing, you would show up and you'd be like, "Hey, everybody! So happy to see you at the EXP." Blah blah blah, and then you disappear. And now we get to see you a lot more, and it's always nice. But even just that moment of positivity, I would always be excited when I would see Kenneth pop in and say hi and give everybody some love. So much love to you, dude. Lyle's here. Lyle's here too. Cool. Aw, see, I love when we see so much random people just popping in. Why was Princess Zelda upset? I do love that joke. It's pretty great. He's getting a stint. Oh, okay. Dude, good luck, Kenneth. I know that things are going to go very well for you. I have no doubt. Much love, and as everyone else has said, sending mad positive vibes. And you know what? We'll also send you some trivia, because we have question number 6, right? I know, that's the worst segue ever, but I tried. That's the important part.
No, I'm sending the trivia.
You're sending? Oh, okay. I'm from
this side of the room to that side of the room.
My phone will pick it up and send it to you guys. Wendy, question number 6. I'm terrible. I'm so terrible.
Which Disney character will be the next to receive the horror movie treatment to expand on the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey universe?
Oh, I almost burped, which would be like such a terrible thing to do live on air. We just checked, Chuck. We sent you the wrong version where the first chapter is literally. Oh, okay. See, that's why I was like, you have a silent issue. That's so cool. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Not Mickey Mouse, though. That's the obvious one, right? No, but it is another old character. And actually, technically, I don't think this. I almost said their name. The character has a Disney movie, but they're not just a Disney character, right?
Well, it was a story that was written first, and Disney adapted the character for a movie. And
that's true, Lyle. Farting is worse. Luckily, it's easier to hide, though, because I can just blame it on the dog. Yeah, Kenneth, you do such a great job. Not Peter Pan, not Oliver the cat. You know, I
told you I should have put that one word.
You know what? Okay, why don't you try the question again, Wendy, with your one word?
All right, I'm going to add a word to the question, and it's going to help you guys.
And you'll get it instantly.
Okay. Which wooden Disney character will be the first or the next to receive the horror movie treatment to expand on the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey universe?
There you go. And now everyone's going to drop the answer. Or they're not, and I'm going to laugh my ass off. Yeah, here we go. And it has to be spelled correct. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm sure I spelled it right.
Steve Vendetta did, actually. And so did Skippy. But Rayla came in first. Steve Vendetta right behind. It is Pinocchio. He is the titular wooden character who will be getting the horror remake. Which, I mean...
Well, not remake, but...
How do you spell Pinocchio? Actually, Lindsay, I believe you spelled it right. So I think you're good. Yeah, it's only the one N. I don't. Two N's does not look right to me.
No, it is. I believe it. Oh no, I think it's. Yeah, no, it's two N's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh? Didn't look right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have heard Mickey. I think they're doing a Steamboat Willie horror game. Yeah. Oh, and Wendy's giving me the Chuck speed up. All right. Question 7, 8,
Yes.
12.
Number 7. Number 7. Since the Netflix Marvel shows have been declared canon, which character portrayal are fans concerned about?
Yeah, this one, and of course, people are always worried about every character portrayal. But of course, because this actor who is about to be doing a future Marvel movie, he's already been cast and everything, he was in the Netflix series. So people are a little worried. So, so what future, not Reed Richards. I have to grab something down here. Oh, can't find it. That's okay.
Remember, you gotta make the connection that they were in a Netflix show.
Yeah, they weren't one of the main characters. They were. Let's even give it to them. It was a villain, and now this person who portrayed a villain in one of the Netflix shows is going to be. Deadshot's not a Marvel character.
Pineau Kid.
By the way, Pinocchio was hilarious. So no, not Kingpin. But you guys are getting closer. It was actually in the Luke Cage series. So who is the we've got a movie coming up soon that's actually I think it was almost supposed to be out by now.
Yeah, it was.
It's been pulled back and back and back and back and back. Okay, not Bullseye, but it does start with a B. Okay. I'm gonna give you that.
Where's All Black?
Where's All Black? Gothman. Twilight Avenger. Okay. Willie Lumpkin. Bullseye the dog. Really, guys? Come on. How is no one coming up with the Daywalker?
He's called the Daywalker.
I love that we both went there. We're like, come on, people. Mahershala Ali was the actor. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. 100% certain I'm not. Yes, thank you. Now,
they don't count.
yeah. Oh, no, she doesn't count. But at least you guys can take their answer and utilize it. There we are. Who got? I can't see right now. Who got? Pardon?
Shundell.
Okay, and who got the 2 points?
Rayla.
Okay, great. That's correct. It is Blade. Nicely done. Thank you, Oneshi. You guys rock. And you know what? If you did Google it, I don't care. We needed the help, so I appreciated it.
We have time for one more question.
Question 8?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Hold on, getting points. Okay. Number 8. What? No, I'm not going to do that one. Okay. I'm going to skip that one.
Pick whichever one you want.
All right. What all-female music festival toured from 1997 to 1999, with it being the highest-grossing music festival in its first year?
Which is funny because there was a lot of really big festivals out at that time. Like that was
I thought it went on for longer. I didn't think it was just 3 years. They tried to.
It's a man's world.
They tried to revitalize it in 2010. They did it with the 1 year, and it just didn't work.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
But you guys jumped on it. Wow. Yes, that's right. Lilith Fair. Lindsay's in there. Everybody. Lilith Fair. Steve Vendetta got it first. I'll give him just saying Lilith. I'm fine with that. But yeah, Steve Vendetta, Lilith Fair, Skippy, Lilith Fair. So yeah, nicely done. And I love that all of you guys jumped on that. And Kenneth Bird said Blade. Thank you, Kenneth. We appreciate you. I miss angry 90s chick rock too. I'll give you that. I miss Cotton Eye Joe. You know what?
You wouldn't if you lived down here.
No, but Shundowell gets one because that's funny. Where did he come from? Where did he go? I'm giving him that. Veruca Salt, yes. Yeah, we are all at a certain age. Very true. Wendy is currently tallying up the points because we're giving away, as we said before, a signed copy of Oneshi Press's pack number 1 again to JL and Lindsay. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Everybody, make sure to go check out kickstarter.oneshipress.com. Go follow their Kickstarter for the pack issue 4. And of course, check out their stuff because, as I told you, they have a lot of amazing books, especially their anthologies. And I mean, they did give us that amazing piece of information. They're going to be doing another one coming up this year, which is all about side quests, which, oh my gosh, I'm excited for. Wendy, do you have an answer?
I do, but there we go. I was just going to ask JD if you could put up the registration link.
Oh, yes.
Sure that you go on and register.
Yeah, make sure to register for your prizes so that we can make sure that you get your stuff. We are still making sure that everything comes together. We're literally going through because Wendy lost all of her information on our computer. So so we are going through the actual videos to find out who won and making that happen. So don't worry. We are getting everything made, coming together. Wendy, who's our winner today?
Our winner today is Rayla.
Rayla! Getting the pack, issue 4. Rayla, thank you. We do have issue 1. Oh, yeah. Issue 4 is on Kickstarter coming up. But we will get you the information. We do have Rayla's address, so we will get that to JL and Lindsay, and they will get that sent out ASAP. Congratulations, Rayla. Guys, right after this, we've got Comics 360 coming up, and then after that, my boy Henri is in here, kicking it with Henri. Absolutely amazing show. Lots of great comics to check out and buy. Guys, please continue to check out the EXP. We've got all sorts of terrific stuff, and we will see you next week with another awesome show. Thank you guys, everybody. Thank you to JL and Lindsay. Thank you to our amazing producer JD, with whom we absolutely have just mad love and respect for. Thank you, Wendy Gale, for coming out. Always love hanging out with you. Thank you to the EXP. My name is Chuck, and I give a fuck. We'll see you next week.
Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.